Ready. Thanks for having me today and considering me for your dance performance. I hope I can bring something extra to the table and that enhances the creativity that the dancer performs and be able to react to it. And here's my setup. I will have a quick run through. So highlights of the setup. It's a quad speaker setup, which means like there's 4 speakers, and the audience will be facing the dancers, but also the speakers. It is movement through space, so I'll be able to react in how the dancers move through the scene. That's the possibility, but I can also have it to play by itself. So I have some randomized factors, or I can record automation and let it stick with that. And for this, I got a laptop. I got FL Studio. I got a touch screen. Ideally, I have one audio interface with 6 outputs. Why 6 when you have 4 speakers? Yes, I'll talk about that later. So the idea was to have 4 XY controls, mixing in a virtual mixer, and like when you mix with the virtual mixer in the DAW that you're used to, I feel more free to express myself than having to link everything to a controller, and all of a sudden I want to have one effect that is not in my list. Then I have to go through computer. So it's like everything is there. So I have one dedicated channel for the headphone cue. That's the reason why I want 6 outputs and not 4. Here's the basic idea, which I tried in FL Studio 11, and it works really great, although not with touchscreen, because it was limited to 1 touch power point, more or less. But the idea is still here. So there's essentially 4 inputs and 4 outputs. So for each XY instrument, there is one chain of the fronts and 1 chain of the back, and then on the output side we have the front speakers, we have the back speakers, we have reverb for front and reverb for back, and then we have basically put the front signal to make the reverb on the back speakers, and the other way around for the back speakers. And then also just the formula controls here is just to invert control signals in order to make it work with XY for both the front and the back speakers. So the pan front is essentially just a panning tool. It's volume and right left. However, there's some issues with touch. I think FL Studio 11 support multi-touch, but it was a bit awkward, and it seemed like they were depending a lot of Windows 8 in order to do so. I got Windows 7, and I'm very happy with that. And so I tried to download FL 12, where it works really great. You can touch the mixer in a really nice way. Essentially, you could not use the XY at the same time. You could use multiple buttons, but not the XY for some reason. So I'll give them that as feedback. But you can still do some pretty interesting things with just the mixer. And this patcher was not stable in FL Studio 12. So the solution was to pretty much do the same idea, but within the mixer. So I got like front one, back one, and so forth. that is pretty much just routing channels that I will not use. Alright? Have you got a concept of the idea of the space and time? And then also I've assigned like a third, the fourth channel is essentially one effect channel. And I've been playing around with a delayed version of it with different timing on the chain that I can map to, that I have mapped to one bottom. So I can I can make it shift a little bit and pretty much cause some phasing issues, which is a bit interesting. So I hope to be able to demonstrate for you how it could sound. So feel free to face the dancers.